powerful harbingers. Your best life stage is approaching. There are times in life when everything seems to unravel. But what if I told you these very moments are signals that something far greater is on the horizon? Not in the world's perception, but deep within your inner self. Because the greatest stage of your life doesn't commence with external applause. It begins when your soul achieves silence, discipline, and becomes unbreakable. Sign 1. Unflappable composure. You no longer react to the surrounding chaos. You've ceased expending your energy trying to command the uncontrollable. Insults can't wound you, and praise doesn't blind you. You've grasped a profound truth. Peace isn't given, it's earned. And silence isn't a weakness, it's a weaponized wisdom. As Epictetus wisely stated, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. The storms that once shook you now pass by, leaving your core untouched. You begin to understand, if it's beyond your control, it merits none of your energy. If it's within your control, then it demands your mastery. This marks the beginning of the shift. Sign 2. Embracing adversity. You start to welcome pain without complaint. Not because you relish it, but because you comprehend its purpose. Pain, loss, isolation. These aren't curses, they are purification. Seneca wrote, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. When old comforts vanish, fear no longer grips you, for you're no longer building a life on sand, but on bedrock. The fire no longer consumes you, it refines you. And here lies the paradox. Precisely when you feel most solitary, most abandoned, that's when you are closest to transformation. 'Cause the finest stage of your life doesn't begin with fanfare. It begins in the quiet suffering no one witnesses. It begins when you endure and persist, regardless. Sign 3. Disinterest and superficiality. You begin to lose interest in fleeting validation. You no longer chase approval like a famished person chasing crumbs. The applause of others rings hollow. The spotlight dims, for you've unearthed a rarer, more potent form of fulfillment, one that depends on no one else. You realize that being seen isn't synonymous with being whole. And so you withdraw, not to isolate, but to insulate your peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, it is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility consists in the good ordering of the mind. When your soul becomes your sanctuary, when you measure success by the stillness of your mind amidst chaos, you know you are no longer part of the crowd. The moment you stop trying to prove yourself and quietly start improving yourself, that's when the next chapter unfolds. A chapter where you no longer plead with the world to understand you, because you've already begun to understand yourself. That is the quiet hallmark of the rarest kind of beginning, one that requires no permission and leaves no doubt. Sign 4. Welcoming solitude. You will begin to embrace solitude without fear. What once felt like loneliness now tastes like liberation. You no longer merely feel the silence, you listen to it. You allow it to carve away the noise until only the truth remains. Seneca cautioned, if you are everywhere, you are nowhere. But now you are fully present, intentionally and without distraction. When you start seeking fewer people, fewer opinions, and fewer attachments, you are not breaking down. You are breaking free. Most people dread solitude because it forces them to confront themselves. But once you've walked through your own fire and emerged whole, you cease fearing your reflection. You begin to respect it. The world will tell you that growth means accumulating more, but we know better. It's the best stage of your life doesn't commence when you gain more. It begins when you need less. That's the moment life stops testing you and starts trusting you. We don't become powerful by shouting. We become powerful by enduring with silence, with grace, and with unwavering will. So, the world feels like it's slipping from your grasp. Good. Let it fall, because something unshakable is burgeoning in its place. And when that transformation arrives, You won't need to declare it. You will carry it in your stride, in the way you suffer without bitterness, in the way you remain calm when others crumble. That is the advent of the best stage of your life. If this topic resonated with you, consider subscribing to the Stoic Verse for more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey.